Hey guys, welcome back to the Turtle Club YouTube channel. I'm Bobby, and I'm here with Angel,
Hello.
and we are going to attempt to provide some commentary over our game from this weekend's locals. I played Dark Broly, and Angel played the yellow Majin Vegeta starter deck, which seems kind of tough to see with the glare, but we'll
Yeah,
attempt to
you
tell
can't see
you.
that. You can't see, you cannot see most of my cards, I think, in this game.
He's got yellow sleeves and a yellow shirt to indicate the color he's playing, so I think it's acceptable. But I think Angel's been on this deck for a couple weeks. Uh,
Yeah, it's the out of everything I've seen from the new set, it was the most exciting thing, and it was fun from the start. It's the kind of deck I like mid range, but with a lot of pressure if you need to turn it on.
yeah, and I've been bouncing back and forth between black decks. I was very excited for Cumber to come out in this set, but it doesn't seem like it's going to have legs. So I've been trying to find unique places to play the Cumber cards. We tried out Gogeta Xeno a couple weeks ago, which you guys saw on the channel. And this week I attempted to bring back Dark Broly, which worked out all right. This is game one of the finals, so
And that's inspired by uh, Josiah, right?
well, Josiah played it on webcam. We were practicing a couple games, and he was playing it, and I was playing Soul Striker against him, and realized that I had no removal for 6 drops besides the SCR, and I was like, huh, look at this guy having all the fun playing my favorite deck and winning. So I had to give it a shot. Um, we can just go in the early game. There's not much to do. You use the leader effect. You mill like you always would. Sadly, the cards cost one now, so not as good as it used to be. But it's still big 30Ks, so it's kind of slow to
Yeah.
start though.
Yeah. And over here, turn one for Majin Vegeta is usually not anything either. You saw there for a millisecond that the one cost was in my hand, but I didn't play it.
Yeah, the real reason why I wanted to bring back Dark Broly is just because I think the 6 drop Gogeta Fearless Fusion that pops a 4 less ignoring barrier is extremely strong right now in the current format with all the Z cards of barrier running around and just barrier cards in general. Having one energy removal for that seems very nice, but there's just no convenient deck to house that card in, sadly. So trying a bunch of different black leaders to play it in, but it has to be Saiyan only, which limits the leaders that you can play with that card.
Yeah, no VJX and no Black Trunks.
Yeah, I think Black Trunks would be the perfect shell, because that deck does have some versatility and you can play it high life and it has a lot of neat cards. But being half Earthling really hurts it.
Yeah, and there you see my first mistake of the game. Awakening right away.
Yeah, you learned from that in the later games that I'm not going to pressure you early, so why take the life?
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was
Just
disappointed.
just get enough energy to really be able to bully you at that point, and then go for game. No reason to push early. You have so many cards in hand that it's. Well, granted, a lot of them are going to be dead, zero combo cards, but there's a lot of negates in that deck too. So
Yeah, so it's always the deck has always been it peaks, it has a very high hand on the turn it awakens, but then the defense is always lacking, so if you can force Dark Broly to pump through those cards, you can get through the wall pretty quickly, unlike other colors that kind of maintain their hand size a little better.
yeah,
But I
like
built the
blue.
deck, yeah, like blue, like blue. But I built the deck to only have a limited number of 0 combo cost. There's no one drop Broly's. There's no Toas. It's really just the 4 Ravagers that's kind of best Dark Broly card. And then I think I played 2 of the uh,
Hand
original
rip.
super rare that
Oh, okay.
ripped from board, and then the new Overrealm that plays from warp. I think there's 1 or 2. So it's not as clunky as a lot of lists typically seem.
Yeah, I noticed in Josiah's list he had a lot of zero combo power cards, and that cost him some games when I was watching him play it. But yeah, I noticed you didn't have a lot of dead stuff. The 30Ks, the Gogeta engine, I mean, with the 30Ks seemed very good, better than going all in on the Dark Broly strategy anyway.
Yeah, it would be nice if the leader got originally the leader, if you're unaware, got errated to where the backside has an activate battle where you can pitch a 30K to gain 5K power, kind of similar to the Green Cooler ability with Unisons or the extra card Broly Green leader. But they originally errated that to be once per turn, and then later on they hit all of the free play Dark Broly cards, so that it's kind of it was doubled down on. Where now I think all the Dark Broly cards cost one, you could easily unerrata that leader. It has the downside of not being able to Z charge efficiently, so I think that would be fair.
Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
See here, I'm trying to pressure you. I want to clear your board as much as possible. I feel like that in Yellow Vegeta, you need all the pieces to kind of apply the pressure that you're looking to apply. So if I can keep the board state somewhat clear, it helps. You have to commit a lot of resources to defend the board, whereas with 30K swings, I don't have to commit a lot of resources to that. And if I don't clear the board, I just die. So.
Yep, all true. And yeah, that's a weakness of the deck is despite you needing your whole board, none of it really has barrier. So so you just gotta. I mean, they're all cheap, so it doesn't hurt that bad that they just get removed, but it does suck having to re-establish a board and reset up a bunch of battle cards. Whereas Kid Goku doesn't have to do that; he's got a bunch of barrier guys. But then you're running into the issue with Yamcha and Bulma, where you have to set up all these weenies also. So I think they're both comparable, though. They feel about the same level of power. Kid Goku
And that,
starter and this starter.
yeah, and that's probably the reason Trunchita still reigns above the rest of the yellow decks,
Yeah.
right? Just because so many barrier options on board.
Although they keep printing more and more barrier removal, so maybe that won't even matter soon. Maybe barrier will be an irrelevant keyword.
That's true.
Seeing this new set stuff.
So
But also, I
I
think
think,
Golden Freeze is the one right now.
yeah, Golden Freeze is very good. So here I'm just working on clearing the board. That's all this turn has kind of been. It's just trying to whittle away your resources and take down your board state so you can't kill me on the track back. Yellow has so many floodgates that it's hard to get through. Even with
Yeah.
Super Kami, you hit one, there's another one coming.
Yeah, with the Vegito now. And you saw I wasted one there at the end of his turn because I'm a huge pussy, and that's the only reason why.
I didn't mind.
Yeah.
One less.
Yeah, it was one less swing.
Yeah, throughout the game, I think we were both trying to kind of figure out,
How
your
this
deck is
matchup
still
works.
new, and yeah,
Yeah.
my deck hasn't been seen in a while, so my whole strategy was just try and maintain card advantage, which is generally the DBS strategy anyway, but I was really attempting to just war of attrition, and if I could get off, if all the mechas went away, if all the Vegetas went away, then eventually I would have a shot. But until that stuff is out of your hand, it's going to be hard to kill you. So
Yeah, and that's what I realized going into later games as well.
yeah, we figured out that black decks, at least the older black decks, still struggle that they have to go down to 4 life to kind of do anything. Whereas more modern decks, like in game 2 and game 3, you figure out just stay at 8 life. What am I going to do?
They'll
And
awaken you. Yep.
yeah, and these decks, Vegeta Xeno, Dark Broly type decks can't really function that way.
They're not going to live through a cooler. Basically, they need to negate at critical moments, and if you can cooler one, that's basically it.
Yeah, and that's kind of Yellow's game right now, you can play defense for as long as you want, and then on the kill turn, if you have a cooler, you can push through the offense that you want to push through, especially against black without a floodgate.
Yeah, and another reason I Vegetoed there is just I think earlier, about a turn or so ago, I'm just traumatized from black. I just see it, and even though he had one energy left, my assumption was he was going to play 3 more battle cards, but not. I didn't remember that he has to pay for each one of those Brolys. So, and then here's the classic Super Kami.
Yeah, I still pay for it because I'm scared also.
Yeah, you don't want to just kill yourself.
But the old days, you would just rip the life and play three play cards and swing. But now you have to be somewhat hesitant to do that. And you still maintained a pretty good hand size even through all that.
Yeah, I mean, Majin Vegeta's a draw. If you've got the Goku, it's a draw 2 every turn, so. Are you at 4 life there? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm on the back side.
Yeah, I can see not wanting to go down to 3 with Majin Vegeta with the double strike leader swing and then secret rare. That would be pretty hard to defend from.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard anyway with 4 life. 3 just makes it
almost impossible. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I'd like to have more of that 6-drop Vegeta. You saw me just get back from the new event pack, but they are quite expensive at the moment.
What
a
are
lot
they,
of these new promos.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean, the Cumber one, which you were saying Cumber's not going to go the distance, but I mean, that foo that plays out for 1, that's like $30 as of the recording of this anyway.
It would be nice to see it in a topping deck list before paying $30 for it, but
yeah, it's a little scary. I mean, the 21 is $20, the new TP for good 21, and I mean, that's less, and that's in an actual topping deck right now, so that's kind of weird that it's less. But I think black is just a lot of people's preferred game play style, so.
Well, it is fun to play.
That money,
you can be aggressive, you can do cool stuff. It's just we're kind of in this format takes me back to kind of where we were right before Zenkai hit, where it was just a very slow, grindy, somehow make your way through blue wall format.
Yeah, which I don't like either. But I mean, fortunately, our locals isn't really plagued by too many people playing that business, so we get to play relatively shorter games. It feels like.
Yeah, we usually have a pretty good mix. I think we had 9 guys on Sunday. I played Carl, who was on 21 in the first round. The only reason I won is because I won the dice roll. I don't think there's any way for black to beat that deck going second, because you just can't answer the ramp. So he absolutely crushed me game 2. It wasn't even fair. And then game 3, he didn't have the SCR, so I was able to pull it out. And then I played against Max playing the yellow Vegeta, not yellow Vegeta, Sun Goku and Vegeta, right? The Spirit Bomb deck. And he almost got me game 1. It was very, very close. And then game 2, I think he had a Spirit Bomb in hand and a Spirit Bomb in life, and that doesn't allow you to play it. Is that correct? You guys know the deck better than I do.
Yep. Yeah, it has to be from deck, which is so stupid. And set 20 or whatever this is just now, 21. I'm not sure, but it's I mean, it makes no sense. The deck does nothing without it, other than play it secret rare and then have a Z leader that does nothing. It's bizarre. It's bizarre that they wouldn't let you play it from life and from deck. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a consistency hit on purpose because it's sort of an all-in strategy, but it feels bad. And it is better than it seems once you actually get it going. I was surprised. I almost lost to it when we were playing before locals started. The only reason is he spent an energy to play a 5K when if he had comboed it instead on the leader swing, I would have just died. He was off by a 5K. It was pretty scary. You always got to
Yeah.
leave 2 energy up for the turn where the Secret Rare is going to come down.
Yeah, I guess they want you to play 4 of it, but they should have given an activate battle just to combo off or something if they weren't going to make it searchable from your
Yeah,
life.
yeah. Maybe if you put it under the Spirit Bomb or something, it did something. Or they could have made Spirit Bomb a. Oh no, actually, that's terrible. Ignore that thought. I was going to say
So
make
on
it a
the
unison, but
yeah, that's true.
then that's susceptible to too much easy removal. They could have given it barrier, I guess.
Yeah, so in
But
this
then
on this turn, I
you did.
still I didn't. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I skipped charge here, and I did that on purpose because I was obsessively counting your hand and trying to figure out if I could gain an advantage. And in old Dark Broly, you could have stopped charging at 2 or 3, but you still need energy to make your plays here. But I was just very concerned about. I know once you get to that critical mass where you can swing with leader, use the SCR, do all the stuff the deck wants to do, cooler counter, that I'm going to die if I don't have cards in hand. So,
Yeah, yeah. Here I'm desperately clinging to life. So, and what was really annoying is those guys. They are blockers that are 16Ks, so that kept the Gojitas that kept getting in the leader's way. Because even though he does technically tap stuff down, it's only if you've got the Goku out, who does not have protection in any form.
and you have to tap it, right? So
Yeah, exactly. So you're losing out. Well, you get the draw if you tap the Goku, so it's fine. But
it's a little bit of a trade. Better trade than
yeah,
Android 21 that just taps the Vegeta for energy.
I mean, if this if non-Z leader could tap any Goku or any Trunks, that would be nice. But it ain't happening. And here,
So
I think
here,
I'm gonna try to push.
yeah, this is the turn I think where I try. I don't think this is successful, and I shouldn't have pitched, right?
No, because if it had to touch the board, I think
Luckily, it's a 0 plus 5k, so or a
no,
zero
irrelevant.
0k. Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
If anything, it probably just helped for next turn at that point. Let's see, I'm comboing. Oh, now I remember this. Yeah, this goes all wrong.
Yeah, the more energy you tap, the better I feel because I feel like, all right, this you can kind of calculate how many more swings you're going to have available. But the leader swing is such a tempo change, and you get to pick up all your life basically. It's a cool designed leader, I think.
Yes, it is. I like it a lot. It really sucks into 21 though. Getting bad omen on that next turn after they waste everything.
Well, I think a lot of things are bad into that deck. It seems unfair to have a deck that can burn you and can heal. Seems
10 life. That's absurd.
yeah. All
And
right,
then
so
yeah,
here
this is where I
you make sure
remember.
you
Yeah, this is where I remembered. As I awkwardly place my Z cards and
you got to make sure you use the SCR prior to wiping the board.
yeah, mistake I've made many times. Yeah, there I am remembering to pay Z energy finally. I think at this point I realized I had lost, but that's why I'm stumbling around trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. But
And I was just kind of befuddled because I felt confident going into the turn. I think you had 5 cards in hand or 6 cards in hand at that point, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'm doing good. This is great. And then somehow you did all this stuff. You cooler countered. You did all this, and then the SCR comes out, and I think I asked you how many cards are in there, and you're like 9. I'm
yeah, I
like,
took all my life.
I thought I was doing so good. So yeah, the
Here's that.
brainwash is still Still useful in 2023. Still a good card.
I think you use that every game.
I think I'm playing 3 in the list just because it's a 30k with 5k combo power.
Yeah, why not?
And it's a decent overwhelm in Dark Broly in a
It
pinch.
sets it up, yeah. And then here's the part where I fully throw the game right after this, I think. Am I comboing right now? Or, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're on the SCR swing.
Yeah. And this next card I play is when I throw it, and I just completely forget about a key card in the Z deck.
Well, that's what I was. At this point, I'm watching you combo and I'm thinking, oh god, I lost. Because here's what he's going to do. Because I'm assuming at this point you still have an overrealm, this swing, and then whatever your energy is going to be used on, whether it's
Right.
I know you play Basil or something from the Z deck.
And there is a Basil in my hand, I believe, at this point, which is what I thought I was going to play, and then I remembered the other card under my leader, which was the wrong play. But we'll just say, well, they'll see.
So yeah, I had to
Yeah.
eat that leader swing or the SCR swing because 50k I think you put into it was just too much. So here you're dumping hand.
Yeah, there's a Basil. Two
And
super combos.
it's nice to be able to play the 4 life bottom 1 draw 2 super combos too. I kind of miss them. Seems like a lot of the recent decks have been playing something that's just a draw 1.
Yeah, it is nice having that form of balance, sort of. So we've gone back to the draw 1 super combos just because most leaders are sitting at 6, 7 life, 5 life a lot of the time. So, although there is some decent 5 life ones. Yeah, see here, I shit myself, brain fart, play this thing, which seems fine, but I mean, Oolong would have just been the obvious play, a 40k swing instead of. I guess in my mind I was thinking, what if he negates without taking note of the field because he's tapped out with 1 life? What is he going to negate with? Should have just played the Oolong, but there's that game.
Yeah, so that 40k swing, I think we calculated it after the game, would have been much better than 2. What did these get up to? 19 or 24k swings, essentially.
Yeah.
So,
Which I think after we did the math and what you had in your hand anyway, I think I still would have lost. I'm pretty sure.
it would have looked better for YouTube, though, too.
Yeah, that's true. Instead of
Play the
this.
Oolong. Yeah, so here I'm just thinking, how do I get rid of the blocker? And then if you didn't dump on those Z card swings, you definitely don't have combo power. So
Exactly.
no.
I still passed because I had the blocker and the boo to tap stuff down. So if he also brain farted, there was a chance I lived. But nah.
It's worth noting, though, after this, neither of us side deck, but you figured out as long as you don't awaken, you sit at 8 life. I'm not going to do anything to you, and that worked. That worked great in games 2 and 3.
Yeah, it worked pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, you just got to that critical turn where you could kill me and then use Cooler. You did see Piccolo Gohan every game, which made me a little sad. But.
Yeah, every time off life, too, I believe. Except for that first game, I think I opened with it. Then the next 2 games, you would hit me and I would add it off a life at some point in time. And then on another one, it was off of a Vegeta life take on my own turn, which was pretty nice. I think that was game 2. But yeah, sitting at 8 life and just letting you hit me or do nothing is fine. Because I mean, I don't got to pressure you take down to 4, which is already the range where I can try to kill you. So why not wait?
It worked out great until you pulled a horrific winter card out of your pack.
Oh yeah, that was actually all 5 packs I opened were worth less than the 1 TP you opened right after. So it was just all trash. It was like the green 18s, 2 of them, another green card, and then what was the winner? Oh, the Zeno. Yeah, just total crap.
And I got
I should have just lost.
one of the Gohan TPs, so that's worth more than all the rest of the stuff we did.
Oh
We
yeah,
pulled from
everything
last.
combined. Embarrassing. Oh, well, that's the video though. That's game one of
So
our three
hopefully,
game.
hopefully you guys enjoy the commentary. If that's something you're into, I'm sure we can produce more videos like that. Typically, we just upload the gameplay for you guys to watch and analyze. But if the commentary helps, just comment below, and we'll attempt to make it happen.
Yeah, and you can maybe see why we did some of the incorrect plays we did. I guess our rationale, or us
Yeah, we're
just admitting straight up that it was a goof.
still learning, still trying to figure everything out. So, thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, Angel.
Thank you, Bobby.